Did you know there was a language called lingua franca? It was spoken up until the 1800s and it was a really unique language, and it's the source of the term lingua franca. Like English is the global lingua franca, the language of trade between people who don't share a native language. But the language lingua franca, also sometimes called Sabir, was like the English of the Mediterranean. The Latin name for it is lingua franca, not because it has anything to do with French, but because Western Europeans used to be referred to as Franks by Easterners. Its other name, Sabir, comes from a quote in the language used in a French play. The play was from the year 1670, and the quote goes like this: "Se ti sabir, ti respondir, se non sabir, tatsir, tatsir." If you know a Romance language, you're probably like, what the heck, that kind of sounds similar. And that's because lingua franca or Sabir was a pigeon language based off of a bunch of different Romance languages. Pigeon languages are like simplified languages that are quickly created when groups that don't share a native language interact. It started with the rise of maritime republics like Venice or Genoa, who would interact with a lot of non-Romance speakers. And this was way back in like the 1100s. So they'd interact with Arabic speakers to the south and Greek and Turkish and Slavic speakers to the east. And so this simplified Romance language kind of facilitated communication between these groups. It lasted over 8 centuries, changing in the different places or with the different interactions it was used for. For instance, in the Western Mediterranean, it became influenced more by Spanish. Its grammar relied on object forms of pronouns like me or ti, and then also infinitive forms of verbs like sabir. But also there are some documented cases of past participles being used for past tense. So like mi mirar would be like I see, and mi mirato would be like I saw. The language kind of died out as standardized languages became more popular for international trade. But it's said to have survived up until the 1800s in places like Algeria or Tunisia. Some historical pidgin languages have developed into modern Creole languages, but Sabir doesn't appear to have done that. It was mostly just used as an informal second language for trade.